Hi, welcome to today's Daily Focus. We're at the lowest point on Earth, and that's the Dead Sea. I'm here with my good friend Ike Koren. Tell me, what's significant about this place on the roadside as cars are driving by here? What do we see?
I don't know. I only know geology.
Uh-huh.
A little bit. You know, I studied this to become a tour guide. We
Yes.
study geology.
Uh-huh.
And what we have in here is a very special phenomenon that we studied that started more or less around the year 2000. It started around 1998. And our teacher in geology explained this to us. So
Oh.
this is what I want to tell the people.
Okay.
And later on, after I studied geology and became a tour guide and started taking tours around, one day I bumped into this gentleman. And he has his version about what my teacher to geology had to say. Okay? Now, we are indeed in the lowest place on Earth. And this is the Dead Sea. There is no any place lower than this. The Dead Sea is called the Dead Sea because nothing lives around here. The water contains too many minerals for anything to survive next to it. And around the late 90s, all of a sudden greenery started taking place and sinkholes all of a sudden appears. Those sinkholes, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, boom, there was a hole in the ground. People fell into these things. Cars fell into these things. My wife said, Ike, I'm afraid you are driving on Road 90. There is an article in the paper. One day your bus can fall into a sinkhole. And so the government sent geologists in here to start and excavate, and not excavate, I would say examine and investigate to see what happened in here. And those scientists came up with this conclusion. The Dead Sea is losing about 70 centimeters of water each year. All right? Each year. When I was a student, the water level was 385 meters below sea level. Now it's 420. Okay?
It used to-
35 meters in my lifetime. Okay?
100 years ago, where we're standing, we'd be underwater.
Yeah.
Boats used to travel here. There was no road. You hear that road behind you? That road wasn't here before 1967, was it?
It was under the water. Now, as I say, the water level keep decreasing all the time. Now, what this geologist explained is as follows. The mountains which are over there, the mountains of Jerusalem and Bethlehem and Hebron and all these places, the water, the rain falls over there, the water penetrates under the mountain, and there are springs of water, there is fresh water around here. But since it was covered with the Dead Sea water, which are very heavy water, the pressure of the heavy water of the Dead Sea didn't allow the fresh water to come out. And the geologist explains now that the Dead Sea is drying out. There is no counter pressure from the Dead Sea. The fresh water are using the capillaric phenomenon. They are going up through the sand into the surface. On the way, the fresh water are melting all the minerals which are dissolved in the soil. And since this is a very large volume, all of a sudden so much volume of earth dissolves. The minerals are dissolved and it becomes empty. And then it collapses and there you have a sinkhole. This was the geologist's explanation. What happens on the long run? All of a sudden there is a hole in the ground, and in the hole in the ground there are water. But these water contains a lot of minerals, which are the minerals which were dissolved. And everything is dead and dry over there. Over the years, the fresh water are washing away the minerals, the soil around them become clean, and vegetation grows around it. And this is what my teacher of geology explained to me. And he showed me all this greenery. He says, you see those sinkholes, those holes over there? Okay, there is a hole over there, there is a hole over there. They're getting bigger, okay? And around them, you can see far away there is no greenery. Okay, you see this? There is no greenery over there. There is no greenery over there. But gradually, the greenery takes place. Very rational, right? Makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Until I bumped into him.